So it's finally time
for Thanksgiving. Gobble, 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 gobble.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Fear Review. I'm William.
And I'm Amy.
And today we are finally going to review Thanksgiving.
Yeah, celebrate.
So we will give you a quick synopsis, a spoiler-free review, get into a spoiler section. So skip that if you don't want to know anything, go to the movie, and then we'll let you know what we're going to do next week. So I'll give a quick synopsis. So Thanksgiving is basically about a Black Friday event, is what we'll call it, gone wrong, right? Like it's just this horrible, it's not a massacre, but kind of. And then a year later, the young kids that were involved with it start getting contacted online by this killer that's out for revenge because of the people that got killed in that massacre. So obviously set during Thanksgiving. It's called Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's set in Plymouth, Massachusetts. So Thanksgiving's a big deal in that town.
Yeah. So this is one we've been talking about for a while. I think since the inception of the podcast last year, that was our test episode, was Thanksgiving. And we kept saying we were going to do it. And finally.
Our test episode? Mm-hmm. Oh, you're right. Just to test out the cameras and stuff. It wasn't ever going to go anywhere.
No. It was like when we tested out all our equipment, we did a Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really even need to ask, but what are your thoughts on the movie?
I love it.
Yeah, me too.
It's, I didn't go see it in a theater when you and Jennifer went and saw it.
You were going to, but I think you ended up not feeling well that night or something.
Yeah, I think Rosie was a little weird, and I was like, I'll just stay home with her, and I'm not feeling great. And when y'all came home, y'all both were like, I don't know if you could handle this one.
Yeah, I was on the fence. I was like, it felt like one that you would like, just like the movie itself. But I was like, but man, some of the kills are, I don't know if you could handle some of the kills or you'd like those.
Yeah, y'all said it was very bloody and graphic or gory.
Which it is.
It is. And I didn't watch it until you could rent it.
Yeah. Then when it came out, I was like, oh, I'm going to buy it. And then we watched it that night and you loved it.
We rewatched it the very next morning when I woke up. I was like, I don't remember all the plot points. Would you like to watch it again?
Yeah. We immediately watched it again.
Yeah. It's action-packed from the beginning. I like it because it's really good acting. It's not cheesy. It's well directed. It's got some humor. It's suspense. So it's kind of a whodunit.
Yeah.
So it's not, I enjoy a good slasher film, but you know who the killer is the whole time. Like Jason, it's Jason and Michael Myers.
Or even a lot of them, even if it is, you're not supposed to know, it's pretty obvious sometimes.
Yeah. This one to me is like Scream was back in the day. You don't know who the killer is, and it could be anybody.
Yeah.
And you're suspecting so many people the whole time you're watching it. So it's like Clue. It's like you're playing a game while you're watching that movie.
Yeah.
But also being highly entertained and shocked. I love it. I can't praise this movie enough.
I agree with the killer. Like, I don't think it was one that I knew, or like sometimes, like I said, you're like, I bet it's this person. I think I was surprised by it, like not knowing who it was, which is really cool.
I mean, after watching it, watching it this time, I think this is like the 5th time we've seen it. Now I'm picking up more clues where I'm like, oh, that's kind of foreshadowing, or ooh, I didn't catch that. If I'd have caught that, maybe I would have figured out who the killer was. But that's after watching it 5 times,
Yeah, that's what's cool about those movies too, and how they are rewatchable, because then you can go back and catch those little like Easter eggs of that's how they did it, or like in things you just didn't pick up that first time around, which is really cool. It makes it rewatchable, and I think why this one is too. So one thing I thought this last time when we watched it was they struck a really good balance with the teenagers, because a lot of the times they make them annoying. Like, because you want some of them to die, right? Like, they're going to die. You like, not that you want them to, but it makes it easier. And like, sometimes they go too far where you don't like anyone in the movie because all of them are so annoying, and you're not really rooting for the killer. You're not really rooting for the kids either. But they made these just douchey enough, like,
and they're not all though.
Yeah, not all
just
of
a
them,
few.
but yeah, where it's like, but you still kind of like the characters. They had just enough likability and douchability
For kids.
for kids. Yeah. Yeah.
So shocker, it's a buyer.
It is a buyer. It is a buyer.
And it doesn't even have to be on a Black Friday sale. It's a full price, pay the $30 it costs to buy it or whatever.
Yeah. So we're going to get into spoilers. If you don't want to know anything about the movie, skip this section and see what we're going to be doing next. So.
Yeah, let's do the kills before I forget, like, which ones. Because the kills in this are creative,
yeah,
practical, and oh so painful.
Yeah, you when we were watching it this time, you kind of said it's kind of like Final Destination. It's like some of them, the way they do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So the first kill, well, okay, let's just get into the Black Friday day.
Yeah.
It's a Save Mart or something.
Right Mart.
It's Right Mart. It's very much like a Walmart looking thing. And they opened up on Thanksgiving, like before dinner time, instead of waiting until midnight. And I used to do the Black Friday shopping back in the day when it was all at like 5 o'clock in the morning on Friday. They were closed on Thursday. You got up Friday morning and did it. And I've never seen it that crowded,
Yeah.
or that insane of people like crushing each other. But I mean, it just starts right out with that. And that's not even with the killer, but that's just people being horrible people trying to get their free waffle iron, just trampling into the store. So it starts right there off with that where you're like, oh, ow, eek.
People getting trampled. There was a guy so they break through the glass doors and one of the security guards is trying to get in and there's like a jagged piece of glass on the door and it just goes and like gets his
No,
neck.
baby, that wasn't a security guard. That was...
Oh, I thought he was one of the security.
Nope, because then he went and got his free waffle iron.
Right. You're right.
The security guard got squished by the doors.
That's right.
And then, yes, a customer ran. So you see the sharp glass hanging out of the door and that his neck is so close and then slice.
Yeah.
So that hurt. And then the one lady gets hit, and she falls down and then a grocery cart hits her, slams into her head. And then another grocery cart runs into that grocery cart and her hair gets tangled and it rips off part of her scalp.
Like a guy gets his whole hand like broken, like stepped on and broken.
Yeah, so his arm snaps backwards.
Yeah.
But I mean that's brutal. And then
it's all within 2 minutes.
Oh, so fast.
Yeah.
And then they show you the security cameras, of the show in black and white and it's playing Christmas music. So you can't hear all of the screaming from the people, as bad. You just hear what's playing, over the loud system and it's all this Christmas music and then you see just mayhem. So luckily I saw somebody get bit once and I've seen somebody get pushed before, but never to that extent.
Like at Black Friday.
At Black Friday,
yeah.
Yes. Yes. I've seen somebody get pushed and I've seen people fighting over whatever it was that was the hot item at the time, but so never to this.
It's kind of true to life, I guess.
Amped up 100, but yeah, get a little crazy. So that all happens without a killer. And it's 1 year later, the anniversary of it, that he dresses as John Carver, which is the pilgrim that's...
It's like a founding person, maybe? Or
yeah, and so they have these masks they give out every Thanksgiving. So how convenient
that
everybody has one of these little plastic masks with a pilgrim hat that they can wear. And he starts targeting people, that caused, who incited everybody to go into the store. You're on my list. And he's just picking them off one by one.
One by one. One of the very first ones... And there's a lot of these, like we said, I guess it's kind of a little bit Final Destination is very cringe kind of kills. Like one of the first ones is a waitress who was one of the main ones that was yelling and screaming and trying to get in. And before he actually kills her, he dunks her face and front into some water and then opens up the walk-in freezer and slams it against the door, and it like freezes and sticks
Her face and her fingertips.
And her fingertips, and then like she's trying. You just see it up close of her like pulling it off, and it pulling her face off, and like her fingertips. Cool little thing too, because then she goes to try to call, and she can't swipe her phone because her fingertips are gone, and it's not recognizing her face because like half her face is gone. So it's like a cool little way to like show like, oh, why didn't she call, or like that kind of.
Yeah, I appreciate it. That's why I was like the directing and I guess I should say like the storytelling was so good because things that a lot of times you'd go, well, that wouldn't happen. Or why didn't they just call? It kind of explains, well, she was trying.
Yeah.
She couldn't. She ultimately gets cut in half by a trash can.
Yeah, that one's a weird one. It's like, I don't know how realistic it is, but it's just a cool, like she goes to try to jump in this dumpster to get away from him, and he slams into it with a car, and the lid shuts and like cuts her in half.
I was like, that's got to be the sharpest dumpster lid ever that it cuts her body in half.
Other cool one, like it wasn't like a super like creative kill when he kills a security guard. He basically like decapitates him. But what I like about the kill is after he kills him, he's going to leave, and you just hear the guy's cat meow, and he kind of like looks at it, and then it shows him like feeding the cat and like scratching it on the head, and then like leaving with the guy's head.
Yeah, because I remember the first time I was like, oh no, not the cat. Yeah. But then he's feeding the cat and like
walking off with a duffel bag with a head in it.
But see, I liked when he decapitated him. That sounds such. I never thought I would hear myself say that because he uses the wire. But what I like is that he puts it around and he turns around. He like turns his body around.
So they're back to back.
You'd get more leverage that way.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's more realistic
than just like
I was gonna say they're just doing it from behind. That sounded tacky. And
this is not that kind of podcast.
The cheerleader. That was very Final Destination.
Yeah, that was...
Feeling,
cheerleader, they're at a different school, and then like a jock, I'm assuming. And she's like putting on a show for him, and she's jumping up and down on this trampoline in her cheerleading outfit, and he starts putting a knife up through the bottom. And so it's like okay, what's going to hit, and it's like...
And the very first thing, I think it hit like the Achilles, but at the back. So it was like her heel, and
it was like up through her heel and her leg, and then hand, and then so it was like you're just waiting to see like what happens, and that's a really really cool.
That was a good one. And then the girl, when she's at her house with her dad, and they're supposed to be leaving for Florida, it's everything she's doing that you think. Because I remember being like, I can't watch. Oh my God. Because she's putting in contacts and it's like very close up, her in the mirror. And you're like,
he's there. So it's like,
oh, he's about to get her through the eye, and then she's cleaning her ears with the Q-tip. And you're like,
and he's like zoomed in, like doing that. And it's just waiting for him to like, slap him or something. Yeah.
But then he does put some, ear cob.
The corn on the cob
holders, those little forks.
With a little stabs her in the ears. Yeah.
She ultimately gets taken out by a table saw.
Yeah.
Is that a table saw?
Yeah. That was another kind of like moment because he pushes her onto it basically, and she lands and tries to stop herself, and you see her fingers go flying off, and then she slides down onto her stomach, and blood's going everywhere. And her friends were there. I like that at the end because at the end of that one, because the boyfriend tries to grab her and lays there, and it's like you never know what you're gonna do in those moments. And he was just sitting there going, "What do I do? What do I do?" Like in shock, and like it felt like an actual like real moment,
Yeah.
But afterwards, it's like you always think you're like, "Oh, I'll do a backflip over the table and attack the guy for killing my woman."
This is probably what realistically would happen.
Yeah.
And you probably would forget that there's a safety on the gun in a moment where you're.
Yeah. I think the next one, like big one, is probably the worst one.
Oh, it is the worst one for sure. I think this is the worst way to die I've seen, I think, in any movie.
Yeah. So the stepmother, we'll go the evil stepmother because that's kind of what she is in the movie.
She's pretty evil.
She gets caught, and he like bastes her and then like puts salt and pepper on her. And like there's a chase scene and stuff like that, but then cooks her. Like he even like takes from, I don't know what they're called, those little things that you like stick in a turkey and it pops up when it's done.
Yeah, because my mom's never used one of those.
Yeah.
But I know I've seen them, and it pops. I don't know, but that
he, like, stabs
that is
her.
the worst way I would think, because you're sitting there in an oven that is not killing you immediately. Oof.
Yeah, and then he catches everybody and then puts them at this big Thanksgiving table, like set up, and and he like takes this cover off, and she's like a turkey, like got her legs up and her arms like this, and
he's got those little white hat thingies.
yeah, I don't know what those are, but
normally on is it lamb chops?
Yeah,
and they're
like
on her
fingers,
feet and on her on her fingers and on her toes. Very creative, I'll say that. And that scene got me, and I didn't catch myself this time, so I didn't close my eyes fast enough. But they're all gagged. But when he takes the cover off and you see that she's dead on the table, the dad vomits, and it is such like, I don't know how he did the scene with that gag on and whatever fake stuff they had come out of his mouth, because so much comes out around the gag where it's like spraying, and it makes me want to throw up. But this time I forgot about it. I thought it was later, and I didn't cover my eyes. Ooh, that was hard to watch.
Yeah. It looks really realistic. Like whatever they used for the throw up, like it.
I don't know.
And the way it's coming through the gag.
Yes.
But yeah, then he like goes to, and he like carves off a piece of her
thigh.
Yeah, and he goes to like feed it to the husband, and then that's when some of the kids start kind of like getting away, and then there's a chase scene,
and then you love that part because you said, and I forgot, but her name is Jessica.
Yeah.
When she gets away from him.
Being set in Massachusetts, like they all have an accent, right? And Jake, what's his name? Patrick Dempsey.
That's it, Patrick Dempsey.
Okay.
I've loved Patrick Dempsey from Can't Buy Me Love. But when people were all like, he's McDreamy, I'm like, no, he is Can't Buy Me Love all day long.
What I didn't know, so we met Eli Roth at the last Frightmare. It was Frightmare, what I think. Yeah. Which he was super, super cool. And you actually got to see the movie in the theater because they had a screening of it with him. Right. And so he was doing a Q&A after that, which was really cool. But so Patrick Dempsey, the reason I bring that up was we never knew like his accent. We were always kind of like, that sounds like a good, Massachusetts like accent.
But I don't know that accent.
Yeah, we don't know it. But then Eli Roth was like, Patrick Dempsey was excited because that's his real accent.
Yeah.
And he was like, he's like, I'll do it, but as long as I can do my actual accent. And so it's very weird seeing him. It's cool, but like weird seeing him with that accent. And the reason you said Jessica, like he has a couple of lines. He is the killer, and so he gets kind of crazy at the end, and like he says it a couple of times, just like Jessica, just like the way he does it, and the line is, "This year there'll be no leftovers." And like you think that's gonna be like, how do you deliver that? Like
you think it's gonna be cheesy as all get out.
Yeah,
but it works.
Yeah, he does it well. And like there's a couple of like things he's like, one of them that makes me laugh, and it stuck out now because Eli Roth said it was one of his favorite ones. I think he had asked Patrick to like put some like stuff in there that like
sayings or words they use.
And one of them was, and like he was like calling somebody something, and he was like, freaking gooba chucka. It was like,
and I remember when we first watched it, I was like, what did he just say? Goober what? And it's goober chucker.
Yeah, goober chucker.
But the way he said, I can't. You say it better like him than I do.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's stuff
Never
like
heard
that.
it.
That's like the kind of comedy part of it.
But yeah, that was good.
It was,
I was shocked that that's his real accent.
Yeah, it sounded like
but his accent sounded a little thicker than like the teenagers.
Oh, true. Yeah.
And well, it's because he's actually from there, and that's his real accent.
Yeah,
he just doesn't use it.
Yeah, and it was cool seeing him in a like a villain role. I don't think I can't remember one off the top of my head where he's like a villain.
No, I mean he's been a like
Sweet Home Alabama.
I was about to say he's been kind of douchey in like rom-coms or something, but for the most part, he's not too bad. He's certainly not a killer.
Yeah, he's normally the like heartthrob or kind of yeah.
So I was really shocked when he was the killer in this one.
Yeah.
And plus, you don't think he has a motive at all. All these other people you think have a motive, but it turns out he's not only a bad guy because he's killing people. He was also sleeping with his friend's wife.
Yep.
Who's got killed, and that's why he's out there killing everybody, because his girlfriend got killed.
She was gonna leave that guy for him.
She's gonna leave her husband.
And,
yeah.
So I think they did that really well. Like I said, like I had no idea it was him. Like I didn't, but like going back and like this time, there was even a couple of more things that we realized. He's only hurting people that were involved in it, because like he's shooting other people with like tranquilizer darts and stuff. And in the middle of this parade, he gets an axe and just cuts this turkey mascot's head off.
Yeah,
which then like causes mayhem and all that. And me and you were always kind of like, why did he just kill that?
Yeah, we were like, everybody else that wasn't involved, he trained. But he killed that poor kid in the turkey costume. And we were like, well, maybe he'd lost it completely by then. But
then we noticed, like, when there was a scene where someone pointed out, oh, that's Leon. I think he's the turkey mascot. And then you see him going, oh, okay.
And
like,
Leon was in the picture from the debacle of the massacre. Here's the football player and this cheerleader. They go to this school. Well, they're the very next people that got killed.
And it's very like quick, the way they're like just pointing people out on a picture.
Yeah.
And he's just like, okay. And just kind of like writing things down a little bit.
But it's also not just the police officer, not just him. He's the police officer, but Bobby's also in it. And the whole time they're kind of making it seem like Bobby could be the killer, which was one of the kids. So then you still don't know. But I don't know. Watching it back, like I said, I never once thought it was the police officer.
I didn't either.
I thought it was maybe the new police officer that came into town that you really didn't know anything about, and he was brand new. Because it's like, well, the killing started the day he came into town.
Well, of course, he's the classic red herring.
Yeah. I don't know. I love this whodunit, and I'm going to entertain you the whole time. It was like the way I feel walking through a haunted house, was the way watching this movie felt like to me.
Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah. So, get your family together. Watch it for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Get grandma, grandpa, the nieces, nephews together.
Could you imagine? I mean, you and I would do that. Like, we obviously did do that. Yeah, but it's just you and me. But I just think it'd be funny if you had a whole family where they all kind of liked horror a little bit.
Yeah.
Ours is like, what Christmas movie are we going to watch? Or what lighthearted family comedy that doesn't have, too much violence or cussing can we all watch as a family?
Yeah, around this time, your family would normally watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Which actually has a ton of cussing, but it is hilarious. This is about Thanksgiving.
They've announced they're doing Thanksgiving, too.
Yes.
I don't know if there's any kind of timeline on it or not.
Hey, and what happened to that Thanksgiving game?
That just popped in my head. There's like a Thanksgiving board game. We'll have to look for that. As soon as we get done with this podcast, I'm going to look for that game.
Please do.
So like we said, get the whole family together, start Netflix, and watch Thanksgiving.
Yeah. What's your plan for this weekend? Not next week, but this weekend.
Yeah, we have our Friday episode coming up. The plan is, speaking of nephews, my nephew John is a huge Alien fan. So we're going to review all of the Alien movies and rank them. So it'll be kind of like a full Alien franchise dedicated episode. Not Alien versus Predator, but just Alien, all of the movies. So
Aliens,
Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, Prometheus, Alien Covenant.
I've seen, I think, like 2 of those. Space movies aren't really my thing. Like horror space movies.
Yeah.
They're like underwater horror movies. That's too much.
You don't like space or underwater?
No.
Yeah.
I like space. Like, I like Star Wars. And I like the Star Trek movies. But if you mix horror with it, then it's too scary. And then underwater, I generally don't like any underwater anything. Except for Little Mermaid.
So you would not want to watch Jaws in space?
No. I watched Jaws in the swimming pool.
You did, actually, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, okay. Well, thanks for joining us this week. And check out our next episode this Friday where we review the Alien franchise.
I will not be here. Thanks for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, hit like and subscribe. And tune in next time to The Fear Review, where the fear is family.